some of the best conversations happen behind the scenes. So in this episode of Kris and Melanie TV, we wanted to share with you our casual conversation with Dr. Ellen Bunch.
Did you read Grain Brain?
Yes.
Okay, because then you realize that the proteins in the wheat we make like antibodies to, which attack our brain, and that's that whole gluten connection.
Yeah.
But that's also kind of an autoimmune connection. If you think about it, your body is attacking itself. So, and in fact, the whole fellowship was really big on, and I believe in the gut being the first immune barrier. It's not your nose and your eyes and your mouth, it's the gut, because everything we eat and everything we do has to go through that barrier, and if it is not healthy, your immune system suffers.
Right.
So yeah, the whole idea about strengthening that probiotics, but giving it the right foods, and then we go down the organic route. I mean, this subject is huge,
and it's a really young subject, you know, in terms of the study of nutrition through time, you know, through history.
Right.
So we're still learning so much about it.
We absolutely are, and I think if anything, getting information out to people having to do with their diet and their lifestyle is number one, but then how to protect that barrier and you know, keep your body healthy. I just can't say enough about that.
Right.
So interesting stuff, and it's amazing how it's all intertwined.
And we both suffer from autoimmune conditions and have to, you know, have had to change how we eat based on that. You know, she has rheumatoid arthritis, so she does Nightshade free.
Yes.
You know, I have Hashimoto's, I am gluten free.
Yep.
And we've seen major changes at times where we've gone off of our program and then have to go back.
It comes right back, and I can.
It's amazing, and it is.
So,
it's all gut related.
For both of you, total anti-inflammatory diet,
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Are you
Yep,
watching
exactly.
even dairy and things like that? Not an
I've recently been seeing my dairy intolerance as well, and yeah, it's just not even worth it anymore. You know, you get to that point where you finally go.
You're
like after another digestive distress in the car and having to quickly go find a place to go, you're like,
I can't do that anymore.
So not worth it anymore.
I know. Those who are eating gluten-free will go to the store and it says gluten-free.
Right.
I can eat that.
Right.
Well, then you're trading off carbs because they'll put not rice protein, but rice starch, potato starch.
Right.
And if you're really watching your simple carbs for weight, and you know, you have to really go back to a whole foods diet.
Right.
And you should stay away from all processed, you know, no matter what. And
it's
hard.
Do you get a lot of clients that kind of go into a little bit of a depression when they find out the news?
Yes and no. So yes, because it's like, what am I going to eat?
Yeah. What's left to eat? Because my diet consists of so much of this.
And it's changing your ideas about the way you eat. Like for me, leftover dinner is breakfast.
Right.
I don't even eat breakfast foods very much anymore. You know, and if I do, it's eggs, which I tell a lot of people, especially with cholesterol problems, I can't have eggs. Yes, you can. You can eat 2 eggs a day and your cholesterol will drop because it's...
And I do love my butter.
Butter.
Well, and I actually tell people I'd rather have you have butter than the margarines and fake stuff. Right. And use a bunch of olive oil and...
See, now I grow nightshades just to live on the edge.
I was going to say, why do you do that?
Well,
so she can go, I'm touching a
tomatillo.
I'm just kidding.
I did, and this is silly because I walk by the pastry case at Fry's and I go,
or fresh bread. I love the smell of cooking bread.
I know.
It's wonderful. But, I mean, look at our ancestors. They did make breads, and they didn't have our problems. According to Grain Brain, the wheats that were used way back then are not as antigenic.
It's not the wheat we have today.
It's the modifying, and it's genetically modifying. It's just not that we did it scientifically. We did it by choosing those that grew best, and then now here's what we're left with, which are very antigenic.
Yeah, have you read Wheat Belly, Dr. William Davis? Fantastic. If you liked Grain Brain, you'll like this one even more because he goes much more in depth into the genetic modification process that they did And now we have wheat that has triple the gluten content that our ancestral wheat did.
Right.
But also he goes really heavily into the science of the inflammatory response that happens in the body.
Mm-hmm.
And my most favorite part of the book, he talked about when they were studying the fat in the abdomen, and so they analyzed the fat tissue in some cadavers. And what they found was that 50% of the cells in the abdomen were not even fat cells, they were inflammatory cells. And I was like, hallelujah, I'm not fat, I'm inflamed.
I love it.
But that was amazing to me.
Right, even the carbs are bad for people who are going with Alzheimer's dementia or even
Right.
just early dementia.
Right.
You know, that losing your memory stuff.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Oh, well, this was good.
If you liked this video, and we know you did, then subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. And then head on over to healthhubnetwork.com to sign up for your free Hub Club Health and Wellness discount card, which gives you savings with participating providers throughout Yavapai County.